Welcome to the Kyzen booth here at IPC Apex, joined by Tom Forsyth. Good to see you, Tom.
Hello, Trevor. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while. So a lot of the focus this week is about systems and
Right.
how they integrate. Of course, you're in the business of cleaning chemistries, but a
Yes.
very big, important part of that too is monitoring these chemistries. And you've had
That's
a
right.
system that's been in the market now, I guess, for about 25 years.
Right. It was an early realization of ours. I mean, we'll be, let's see, this is 223, so we'll be 33 years old this spring. Okay.
Right.
About in those early years, of course, there's a lot of business development and whatnot. And as we started winning business, we realized that having a wonderful product could get you the business, but if the customer couldn't successfully operate it, well, you may not be able to hold on to the business.
Right.
So we rapidly developed, we're standing next to it here, our Kyzen PCS, which was designed to monitor and control the wash tank in an inline, because an inline wash press is very dynamic.
Yeah.
You've got, of course, an inline has holes on both ends, which means it has exhaust because we don't want any smells to come out.
Right.
But now I've got an exhaust and I've got air knives coming in between the sections, so I've got giant flows of air coming in, giant flows of air going out, which is a very dynamic situation compared to, your sink at home where you put a little suds in there and you just sort of rinse it off a little bit.
Yeah.
So that dynamic situation, in 10 or 20 minutes, you could be off the set points for your concentration. So we developed systems years ago that we introduced it 26 years ago, I think this year, that we've continually improved over those 25 years.
Right.
We've got hundreds of these out in the field, customers running them for decades. And what does it do? It delivers a robust, predictable process.
Right.
The only thing it can't do is refill the drum of product sitting next to it. The little light tower here is designed to turn red. That's when you need another barrel.
Right.
But what does it do? It monitors everything about the process. It monitors the fluid levels. It monitors the concentration. It monitors the temperature.
Yeah.
It monitors how much the system's running.
Right.
It monitors the pump, if the pump's engaged, the wash pump in your system.
Right.
All these different variables to make sure that you have a predictable operation. Because if you have a predictable operation that's in control, now if you select a terrific cleaning product, you'll actually get the benefits of it. It'll actually deliver the cleaning value day in and day out, minute in, minute, shift to shift, day to day, week to week, month to month in most cases.
You just top it up to keep that concentration.
And it just monitors, it adds a bit of water, it adds a bit of chemistry, it's got the logic where it's analyzing for it constantly. And it's that whole package of high performing product that provides value with the economics and the performance that people need,
Right.
coupled with the control that allows the customer to get all that value as well as save money.
Right.
Because now they don't have an operator taking things. They're not reaching in the back of a system trying to grab a sample and maybe getting sprayed with something or whatnot. It's not that those techniques can't be done safely and are not done safely on a day-to-day basis, but it's better not to do them.
Right.
It's better to let the machine do it. We automate lots of things in our lives these days. And so there's savings of time there, there's savings in precision. And most people actually wind up saving chemistry because instead of being close, if a human's doing it, well, if I need 15, 17 or 18 will be safer.
Right.
So, customers that do it manually often run at a higher concentration than they need to.
So they'll do it more
And
accurately.
over the long haul,
Yeah.
that turns into money. Now,
Yeah.
for an hour or two, it doesn't really matter. But over an extended period of time, that's a real cost.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the idea of eliminating that cost, making it easier, allowing that operator to do other things, not be bothered by this, coupled with a terrific cleaning product that's modern, that's made for the new technologies, that cleans everything under the sun, and lines up with people's environmental rules, their regulatory rules, and whatnot.
Right.
That's the whole package, and that's why, again, it's been all these years. It's second nature to us. In fact, customers will ask, well, gee, can I have a trial? And we say, well, sure, but you have to commit to something. What's that? You have to commit that you have the capital approved, because no one ever returns one.
I see. Yep. There you go.
So
you've never
because
had any returns,
they
yeah.
simply work, and that's why they're so common. You go into shops around the country and around the world. I mean, these have been installed in dozens of countries, where they continue to operate very successfully using a whole. Over these 25 years, we've had countless generations of Kyzen products as we've continued our nature of constant improvement. There's a new generation, there's a next generation, and what do? It's either compatible with the system or we enhance the system so it's compatible with that new product.
Yeah.
We move forward on both sides, always evaluating new sensors, new technology, and it's just a real winner for our customers because they have a trouble-free operation And, you know, things that work well is not as common as everyone would hope.
Right.
And when you can nail one process down and turn your back on it for a while, that's a win.
That's a win. That's a win. Well, you make it sound really simple. But
It is simple.
Well,
the
the
work
truth
was
is-
done in creating it.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
do
but,
it
but
part's pretty
but
easy.
I believe it actually monitors up to 60 different parts of the
It
process.
does. Well, it turns out if you're gonna really worry about what's going on in the cleaning process, there are dozens and dozens. It's nearly 60, I think, of different things we keep track of.
Right.
You know, like the ones we report on, temperature, concentration. Okay, those are pretty simple. But it's okay. Is the pump running? Have I filled it up? Is the drain valve closed? Right. There's a million little things that are built into the logic that we've learned over the years by unfortunate events, whether it's internal, because we run these on our systems inside, or by a customer, somebody doing something unexpected. It's like, well, gosh, what about that? Well, all right, how do we help that next time? So it's a reflection of decades of learning that are constantly, the software's updated, the mechanics are updated to make sure all the components are reliable and robust and do their job day in and day out, year in and year out. Right. And that's work, but for us, the payoff for the customer is they get the benefit of all that. Yeah. And by and large, these are happy people. Good. You know, because it delivers on that promise, and they turn around and they go, gosh, you know, I've got a very little maintenance I have to do on this thing every year, and it just saves me hundreds and hundreds of man hours every year for many, many years.
But there's one thing that I think should be clear, is that it's only been designed to work with Kyzen chemistry.
Right. The control system, because we're monitoring so many things and we get so much integration, these are just about our products because those are the ones we know the best. Right. Some of our less sophisticated systems, what we call the analyst, which really is a monitoring device, those nowhere near as many things as they're keeping track of. So those we've opened that up where we can manage dealing with some other technologies, and we monitor lots of technologies in that. Right. Well, but this is just Kyzen products because it's a very complex matrix, and we don't want to upset what works well.
Yeah. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Well, you know, thank you for talking us through it again, Tom. And you know, we look forward to seeing the next innovations coming out of the Kyzen stable at the next show.
They're always coming. It will be fun to talk about. Thank you so much, Trevor.
Thank you.
At Kyzen, we know it's the science that makes the difference. The right solutions happen when you care enough to ask the right questions. And we understand that your performance is directly related to ours. Science knows why it works, care knows why it's important.